Mianzi, the Chinese culture of face. What is face? What's the deal with face? And why does face matter to us?
So you have to master the concept of face can make or break your dealing with the fluent Chinese. Face drives almost all Chinese behavior.
Mianzi, or face, is the major driving force in China when it comes to relationships. And I mean all relationships, whether it be family, friends, work, business, international relations, politicians, everything is controlled by face. Chinese are incredibly aware of what other people think of them, and they respond to it. Face is everything in China, and they will do everything to try and promote it and not lose it. If your peers think that you're not living in the right neighbourhood, oh, you live in that neighbourhood, then you'll sell and you'll buy a house that isn't as good as the house you had, isn't as big as the house you had, but you'll buy it in the right neighbourhood and your face will improve. This isn't just pride, this is a deep and unalterable part of their culture and their psyche. We can't quite grasp it in the West. This is not just pride, not pride at all. It also makes them very, very unlikely to admit when they're wrong and that they've done anything wrong, or to apologise. One of the worst things you can do is tell a Chinese person that they're doing it wrong or they've got it wrong. You have to dance around the subject so that they don't lose face if you want to do business with them. This is maybe one reason why the Chinese social credit system is so effective in China, because no one likes to lose face. No one likes to lose face in front of their friends. No one likes to lose face in front of their neighbours. So when the Chinese post pictures of people that have lost face by littering or not making their work or doing something inconsequential, maybe drinking too much, then they lose face and they lose social credit points, and they accept that, and then they try and rebuild their face and rebuild their social credit. So I think social credit and face is intrinsically tied together in China, and maybe a clue as to why it won't work as well in the West, because here in the West we get to the point where we don't care what other people think about us, because we know in ourselves that we are right. We're as close to right as we want to be, and we really don't mind if other people don't like us, or don't want to be with us, or don't want to talk to us, or think that we're not as good as them, because we know in ourselves that we are. But this all leads to Pelosi's inopportune visit to Taiwan, when she'd already been told not to go by a multitude of people, including her president, her State Department, her military, China, Russia. Everybody said don't go, it's not a great idea. And it'll cause the Chinese to lose face. She obviously either has no conception of what it means to lose face in the East, or she doesn't care. And if she doesn't care, she's not fit to be on the world stage, because she has to deal with this country. China and the USA can't get into a war that could end the world as we know it. So why would she go about making sure the Chinese leader loses face? So Xi Jinping has to try and regain face, and he's done that to a degree by military drills, throwing everything he's got at Taiwan but not attacking it, and imposing sanctions on the US, withdrawing from climate talks, for instance, withdrawing from their mutual naval agreement. But do these sanctions go far enough for him to save face? In the eyes of the international community, maybe, but in the eyes of the Chinese, maybe not. And this is a big year for him, because he's going to be renewed as the leader, so he has to make sure that he does what he's said he's going to do. And I think the Chinese, being the Chinese, they will do something more, but it may take longer. They're patient people, they'll play the long game, they like to play games, they like to play games of chance. So let's wait and find out what happens when China tries to regain face.